Hello, StarCraft fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with a very special edition of MidRank Madness. This is a free-for-all on Atlas Station. Let's go ahead and introduce these players, starting with the orange Zerg player, FalconPaladin. Yes, this is me. And his opponents, the purple Protoss player, Spaceman Spiff, the yellow Protoss player, Ace, the blue Terran player, David Kim, and the purple Terran player, Atoy. Alright, so this is an interesting little free-for-all map right here. We have some close spawns between purple and orange. FalconPaladin is very close to a purple Protoss player named Spaceman Spiff. And this is going to lead to a very interesting little conflict up in this top left corner. Everybody else is pretty far away from their nearest opponent. And I find it interesting that the only people who's probe scouted or worker scouted were me and Spaceman Spiff here. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so Sloverlord scouting just to get the lay of the land here. There's a gold base up here, which is blocked by debris. You have to take that down. And it looks like SO Micron is walling off very nicely. Same thing as David Kim and our Protoss players, just keeping everything very close to home, hoping to defend using Photon Overcharge. So I do go a hatch here. After I went pool first, extractor pool into hatch, I recognized, alright, I could get cannoned out very, very quickly by Spaceman Spiff here. He scouts this out, sees the hatch is late. He's desperately trying to get something up to try to defend against early lings. And he is chrono boosting out a Zealot to try to stop that from happening. What is going on? Is there harassment here? Is a toy? Oh, a toy is here. Oh, you know what? I missed this player. This is SO Micron. He's the black Terran player. Wow, I didn't even see him on the minimap. I'm talking about the distances between players, and it looks like a toy and SO Micron are right next to each other. So a lot of Terrans. Only one Zerg. That's going to be me. And then a couple of Protoss there to round it out. Yep, close spawns. Close spawns indeed, says a toy here. SO Micron saw is very close. Indeed, going for a double barracks opening is our black Terran player. And again, this was played as a kind of a special as these lings try to harass, but again, there's a Zealot here. It's not going to happen. A very special 16,000 subscriber or 15,000 subscriber celebration that I had on the FalconPaladin channel in the StarCraft 2 client. I announced it on Facebook and Twitter, the exact time and date when that was going to happen. So if you're interested in participating in another night of playing with FalconPaladin, head on over to Facebook and head on over to Twitter at FalconPaladin for each of those, and you can be involved in the next one as well. It looks like these Reapers from a toy are going to town on SO Micron. Dude, Micron is in trouble right now. He's trying to make a Reaper of his own. He doesn't have enough to make another one. Unfortunately, his Marine got killed as well. These Reapers, oh, 3 Reapers here from a toy. A toy is just being very mean. Meanwhile, is he getting harassed as well? Did I see? Yes, looks like David Kim, haha, did send a Reaper out here to mess with the toy, while a toy was messing with SO Micron. Well, we have Mothership Core and Adepts trying to take out FalconPaladin up here as well. I get some lings out just barely. Some slow lings. I got a Spore Crawler coming up to try to deal with that Mothership Core. Queens as well, doing a pretty good job. Will this Adept make it out of there before she dies? And the answer is no. She is killed, so I barely hold it off here. FalconPaladin is kind of holding on at this point. SO Micron, I think, is dead. The reason I didn't know about him is mainly because it looks like he dies in the first 4 minutes of the game here, and he's just not around. Otherwise, I throw out a Grr because I'm getting this constant harassment out of Spaceman Spiff. Yeah, my lings came up here, but they didn't do any damage. I'm trying to spread creep between my main base and my natural base here as well. It looks like I have 17 harvesters, and ooh, Spaceman has 23. He's been doing a good job on the macro side of things. Again, I've been forced to make some lings early, which does slow down the macro early for Zerg players. Meanwhile, Ace has been left pretty much entirely alone. He's sitting on one base. He's got cannons at his front. He's got cannons at his back. He's worried about attacks. There's just not one coming. David Kim is expanding to what is not technically as natural. It is more of a main base over on this 8-player map. But hey, that works out just fine. And he does have a puck spinning thing here. Spinning logo on his command center, on his orbital command. Another push from Spaceman, recognizing this creep is getting dangerously close to my base. Again, because we're so close. We're so close to each other. We have a toy coming in to try to mess with David Kim. There is a tank, though, and there's a Reaper of his own. KD8 charge hitting those guys and knocking them off a cliff just a little bit. The tank is the problem. The tank is an excellent choice here for David Kim, making sure these Reapers can't do too much damage, although losing a Reaper of his own trying to land a third command center at the same time. My Sloverlord is still scouting around. It looks like Spaceman's moving in with an Immortal, with Stalkers, and trying to get some shots off. No, he's getting some shots. I am not really anxious in engaging here because I have Roaches, and that Immortal is going to be a big-time problem, but everything else should be fine against these Roaches. The problem is the Immortal in the back is just hitting hard, and I'm trying to focus it down, but good micro, moving the Immortal back out of the way. My Roaches are just forced to deal with these Stalkers while getting crushed from distance. But I do get some Lings out, exactly what I need. Speedlings versus Stalkers and Immortals is going to be the choice. And thankfully, that is my favorite unit. I get a surround on one Stalker. Another one does manage to just barely escape. No, it does get taken down as well. My Queen trying to lend DPS. More Lings are kind of streaming in right now. I'm trying to do as much damage as possible against these things. But no, Photon Overcharge comes up and I get out. I get right the heck out of there. My Queen desperately trying to go home as well. And my Creep Tumor died. Yes, it did. Spaceman does, in fact... Let's see. Does, in fact, have an Observer. My Queen says, I'll take you down. I'll take you down, Mothership Core. You are wounded. Back to the creep. Back to the creep. Making more Roaches. A Dark Shrine coming in here for Ace. Again, left entirely alone and making an Oracle at the same time. Looks like a toy has managed to expand. SO Micron is still alive. Surprisingly enough, he has 13 workers, which is, it's not dead. It's not exactly healthy either, but it is definitely not dead. We have more Reaper harass here from a toy, but David Kim has a pretty good Marine tank army right now. It's difficult for Reapers to do much against a Terran that has that going on. Again, setting up more aggression. Spaceman Spiff, yo. He was trying to kill me so bad. I've got Lings, and I'm finally morphing in Ravagers. This is what I need here. They don't take extra damage from either the Stalkers or the Immortals, and they have the Corrosive Bile ability. So Ling Ravager Queen is what we're dealing with. Good job moving back, Spaceman Spiff, kiting as best he can. He's killed a lot of my stuff. I have lost by far the most of anybody in this game to this point. 1,850 resources compared to 1,200 for two other players. And again, Ace has lost nothing because no one has bothered messing with him at all. A toy moving out with Vikings over to David Kim's base. I don't know if this is necessarily what you need, but he lands him to go for some Mineral and Harass. Again, doing extra damage versus mechanical units, which is what SCVs are. A little bit of a late pull there from David Kim. Another big attack here with Immortals and Stalkers and Adepts. Corrosive Biles are getting tossed down, but not hitting much of anything because, again, Spaceman Spiff is dodging. I'm hitting my own stuff more than anything else. That is so embarrassing. Drones here fighting as well. I don't know what they were all about, but the Queen's trying to focus down at that Mothership Core. No, look at how many dead Ravagers there are. That Photon Overcharge was so good. So good, and it's not looking good at all for FalconPaladin. Adepts and Immortals are rocking in here. Single Ravager dies. I think might have got a hit on that Immortal, but I'm not entirely sure at this point. Overcharge is good. I say Overcharge is really good. An Oracle comes in from Ace, and did it just kill a ton of workers there? 8 kills. Wow, 8 kills on that dude. Lings finally popping out for FalconPaladin and surrounding the Immortal, killing that one. Again, avoiding a full surround is Immortal number 2 here, but he has 28 kills. Holy shamoly, dude. 28 kills. Meanwhile, tank harass from a toy here at SO Micron's base, trying to take out supply depots and whatnot. Lings, are they going to get this Immortal? They're trying to get it. The 29 kills on the Immortal. It finally does end up dead, and the Lings decide to head on back home here. I am down to 22 workers. Spaceman Spiff down to 22 as well because that Oracle harass was so good. Ace trying to come in to do the same thing to me, but I do have 2 Queens here at this main base. I don't think I even saw that. Meanwhile, a toy setting up shop just outside SO Micron's base. He's got tanks, he's got Vikings, he has Marines and Marauders. And SO Micron trying to defend, but he's running very low on Marines, and that is it. That is going to be it for him. I think SO Micron might be forced to tap out at some point here. It is not looking good at all. Meanwhile, David Kim just kind of hanging out. He's at 103 supply. Ace is at 65. A toy at 65. And SO Micron at 35. What am I at? 55? All right, not bad. Not bad for what I've been dealing with. 151 for Spaceman Spiff. Am I trying to spread this creep yet? Nope, I'm making Lings. I'm making Ravagers. I haven't ever really fully saturated this natural base because I'm so afraid of continuing attacks out of Spaceman Spiff. He's just been so aggressive this entire game, doing a really good job keeping me on my toes. Is that a 4th base? David Kim going for a 4th now at the 9-minute mark. Playing extremely well. A toy still sieging up on SO Micron here in the bottom left. Lings and Ravagers taking out this attacking army fairly quickly and then just backing out. Recognizing I don't need to engage. I don't need to get too close to that Photon Overchargeable Pylon. Creep spread. There is a fresh Creep Tumor here. This Queen could toss down another one. A bit of a premature Photon Overcharge there by Spiff, but that is just fine, I believe. A DT coming in from Ace. He's just trying to harass people because he's being, again, left alone. He is expanded which is good for him. He's a little bit late on that expansion, but you know what? Better late than never is what I say. DT wanders right on into the main base of Spaceman Spiff and just absolutely goes to town here on this mineral line. Is there any detection whatsoever? There's a forge coming up. This is so many dead probes for Spaceman. So many dead probes for Spaceman. Throwing down so many creep tumors. This is why Spaceman Spiff wasn't attacking me, because he had a DT in his mineral line. I was wondering what was happening, why he hadn't come for the last like 2.5 minutes. Why he gave me some relative peace, and that's going to be the answer. Another DT for Ace trying to come in. Nope. Missile turret says no. You are going to die. Big wall of supply depots as well. Tanks on the high ground here, covering this area in, and Marines in case you get too close. Man, he is defending extremely well here. Missile turrets all over the place from David Kim. Does not want to see Oracles messing with him whatsoever. SO Micron. He's got Ravens at the bottom of his gate. He's got tanks as well. Another attack of just Stalkers and Sentries and Adepts. And you know what? My Ling Ravager is going to be just fine with this. And I continue to push on in here. Force fields are coming up. Do I try to take them down with the Corrosive Biles, as I tell everybody to do? And yes, I do take them out with Corrosive Bile. The Lings get a nice surround on those Stalkers. Good blink, though, saving them for the most part. Can I take down this natural base? It's going to be the question of the day. I'm trying to Corrosive Bile down this mothership core. A lot of dead probes there. Spaceman is down to 20 probes right now. Trying to Corrosive Bile, hit the thing, and it almost gets it. 16 hit points left on that dude, but does get a photon overcharge off on that ramp, making sure my Ravagers can't go up into the main. At the very least, Ravagers and Lings going to town on this natural base, though. I think Spaceman Spiff is going to lose that thing. I think he's going to lose it. That is for sure. And he is. 31 workers for me. It's just not very many. Just not very many. I should be droning up right now during this attack, but instead I don't think I am. Pretty sure that is not happening back home. So Ravagers and Lings say, all right, I've got Spaceman stuck on one base. Do I want to kill him? And yes, I do. I'm going up, throwing down Corrosive Biles on these pylons, trying to kill them so they're not available for Photon Overcharge. But a Disruptor's out, and a Purification Nova come down that ramp, and does kill, I think, 4 of my Ravagers there. 5 kills on that Disruptor. Gee Willikers. Ravens for a toy, just messing with SO Micron now, dropping down these auto turrets, and just making sure that SO Micron has a very terrible day. Indeed, he has down to 7 total SCVs. He hasn't been able to expand. He's got tanks. A toy is expanding at his base. He's already expanded twice right now. It is just bad times here for SO Micron. He's trying to make the best of it, coming down the ramp with his tanks and his Marines and SCVs. He does clear it out a little bit, and might take down this very brave and aggressive command center from a toy. Siege mode on the tank. That just means a toy walks in to the minimum siege range. And gonna get a tank with 2 kills, but a ton of Marines showing up for a toy, and that might be all she wrote for SO Micron. He has a tank back home. He has a couple Marines. This black color is kind of hard to see on this black tile set. Yep, that's going to be it. SO Micron is down to 3 Marines and 5 SCVs. He's very sad about that, understandably so. Understandably so. I think I've finally kind of saturated my natural a little bit here. Getting some additional gas as well here at the 13-minute mark. Man, just left alone. David Kim, you and Ace, you just don't know. You don't know what it's like to be consistently messed with, do ya? You do not. SO Micron and FalconPaladin and Spaceman Spiff totally understand here. Lings trying to get in and deal with these Disruptors. Again, I like the idea of going Lings against Disruptor. Purification Nova comes in and does miss a little bit. They're easier to dodge with Lings, I have found. Disruptor with 0 kills, Disruptor with 1 kill. Spaceman Spiff again on 1 base. I know I've got him stuck. If I can starve him out, I'm feeling pretty good about things. This creep spread did push up here initially, but a couple creep tumors did get killed by Spaceman Spiff. SO Micron is getting cleared out entirely. This is a special FFA map where if you type surrender, you can actually observe everything else that's going on. So you're not kind of stuck to just what you could see. You can watch the rest of the match. A toy moving on up here with his Ravens. Where is he going? Where are you coming? I'm trying to get a lair at 14 minutes. It's just been consistent attacks this entire time. And Hunter Seeker? What? That's what happened. I was wondering where all my drones went. Hunter Seeker missiles burned them out. More Disruptors getting killed. And Purification Novas are coming in, getting some hits off, but not really. Disruptors getting surrounded and taken out by these Lings. I am down to 18 workers, 17 workers. Auto turrets are just destroying my drone count right now. I'm down to 4 total drones just getting massacred. Meanwhile, David Kim did a doom drop on a toy. He's burning through everything while he's killing me. He's killing everything he's losing everything that he has here. Spaceman trying to expand again. Ravagers trying to assure that does not happen. A couple queens marching up this ramp. I know I don't have any workers is the problem. I'm trying to make more. I'm getting +1/+1. I have expanded to this gold base, which is a little bit. David Kim got me. He definitely did, a toy. You are trying to kill me with ravens, and in the meantime, here comes a +1/+1 army of Marines. Hunter Seeker being tossed down out by these ravens, though. And can they explode? Pretty good split. Pretty good split. Big hit there, though. Marine count still fairly high. And I try to get up. I can't get up the ramp. I cannot get up the ramp here. I've got a macro hatch up here for reasons I don't remember why I put them there. Probably just sheer panic. And the decision that I needed a macro hatch. I wasn't spending my money extremely well. A toy going to lose this base. He's going to lose long distance mining SCVs. David Kim picked the perfect time to strike when all the ravens were not home. Spaceman got his expansion up. Are you kidding? Gets his expansion up. I am droning. I'm back up to 22 workers right now. Ling's coming in here saying, "What up, Spaceman Spiff? I see your probes. I will take them all down or force them to retreat at the very least of all here." Adepts and Disruptor and Zealot come to chase them away. Better composition against Lings, I would say. Ravens for a toy still running around, running into this little Sky Toss army that Ace has going right now. What does Ace have? Ace has a mothership that's coming in. He's got a carrier. He has Void Rays. He's got Adepts. Kim clearing out what the rest of a toy's units are here. Just completely getting rid of them. And let's look at the resources lost again. Yeah, 12,700 lost for me, 12,400 lost for Spaceman, and 13,000 lost for a toy. Just so much dead stuff here. David Kim sending in reinforcements to finish off what is remaining of a toy's army here. A toy has some units sitting in where Micron used to live. Bunch of Lings coming up here to the natural base of Spaceman Spiff. Purification Nova does get a nice hit off. 14 kills on that thing. We got Hunter Seeker missiles wiping out so many of the probes for Spaceman Spiff. He's dead. A toy is dead, but he's going to try to murder everything that he can. Auto turrets taking down Adepts. Corrosive Biles getting rid of a cannon there. Spaceman Spiff is being hit on every which possible side, taking out the Disruptor before the Nova can hit there. What a move. What a Gosu move by me there. Ravagers get rid of the Adept. Why did you gang up, says Spaceman? It's a good question. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, man. It was just a toy attacking you at the same time that I was trying to get rid of you. So I do have 3 bases. I've got a macro hatch. I did complain that a toy wiped out all of my drones, which is true. As it turns out, I have some idle workers here. Come on, man. Get those to work. Get those to work. I'm just desperately making Lings, trying to stay alive here, trying to get additional units to take out Spaceman Spiff, because I think he's still kind of alive. No, but look what's coming. The Blue Army is here for David Kim. Oh, no. I was good at Falcon until an Oracle and a DT messed me up. That's fairly true here. So a few group Marines come in, and I think, all right, I can handle this. But then a huge group comes rolling in here with Cyclones, the Ravagers. There are just not enough here. I'm just absolutely crippled by the constant battling that we've seen. My macro hatch dies. Hey, David Kim. I say, how are things? How is the balancing of StarCraft going? And this is just a lawnmower going over the lawn. I mean, I'm dead at this point. My natural hatch is dead, marching up into the main base. I have nothing remaining here either. I'm working on +2/+2 for my Lings, but I don't think these evolution chambers will survive long enough for that to be the case. So I do have gold base, but again, I can't get rid of these Marines that are slowly whittling down everything that I have. Is this upgrade finished? It does! David Kim leaves me alone to let those upgrades finish, but I just don't have anything to take care of. There's my surrender! I tap out so I can observe at this point. I watch David Kim take out the remainder of Spaceman Spiff's army. Goodbye, Spaceman Spiff. Oh, that's why I'm so confused. A toy set up here after losing his main. He set up in Micron's old position. So I saw this, and I thought that's where he spawned originally. Why does he have so many command centers? What is this? He's not making them orbital commands either? I don't actually know. Ravens for a toy just being so annoying. So incredibly annoying. Ace is down to 29 harvesters, and really the only thing he's really had to deal with has been a toy's consistent Raven harass to this point. Double Oracle coming in for Ace, and David Kim, you maxed out? Maxed out. David Kim is maxed out. He has 1,000,000 orbital commands. Does he have upgrades on his dudes yet? He still has +1/+1, which I'm very interested to see. He doesn't have combat shield either, and he does have stim. He does have stim, which is nice. A bit of a drop here on top of one of Ace's bases that are just now getting established. The army shows up. Skytoss army showing up here, trying to scan and kill everything that he possibly can. Oracle's moving in using Pulsar Beam, Time Warp, and DT's on the ground. And Adepts just clearing out everything that David Kim has. Look at that massacre. Skytoss army good against +1/+1 Marines, as it turns out. How are the upgrades on these guys? +1 attack on the Stalkers. Void Rays have +2/+1 along with the carriers, and David Kim is forced to pull back a little bit and lick his wounds. Atoy, meanwhile, has his Raven group. How are you doing? 16, 32, 5 kills, 15 kills, 17, and 19 kills on these Ravens. Incredibly cost efficient, and is expanding everywhere. In this bottom left corner, look at him go. He's retaken his main base. He's retaken his natural and his gold base as well, and a Micron's natural. That was what he was doing with all those command centers. This is not a bad idea from Atoy, just macroing hard, hoping nobody comes to mess with him, because it is a free-for-all, right? There's a chance you'll be left alone for a while, as our blue and yellow players have learned to this point. Ace is spending his money pretty well, about 47 workers. I throw out a compliment to Spaceman. It was a nice back and forth until we both got wiped out by Kim and Atoy. Kim expanding as well. He has 14 command centers, 14 orbital commands, which is a lot. Atoy has 5, and there are 4 Nexuses for Ace at this point in time. Units tab, 89 Marines, 11 tanks, a Cyclone, and 4 Vikings for David Kim. We've got 3 carriers, a Tempest, a Mothership, 3 Sentries, 2 Oracles, 6 Phoenix, 3 Void Rays, a War Prism, and 9 Stalkers, and 4 Adepts and 3 DTs for Ace. So he has a lot of stuff, as it turns out. Spaceman insisted that I worried about the other 4 people in the game. That's true. That is true. It is easy to forget about the other 4 people, or worry about the other, forget about the other 4 people in the game. David Kim coming back on in with largely the same composition that he had before. This time doing a little bit better. Ace is a little bit discombobulated. He's not together. The Tempest dies. A carrier dies. Another carrier dies. The Mothership dies. Coming right on through this, just tearing through this Protoss army right now. Looking bad. Marines, the best anti-air in the game, I say. That is truth. That is truth. But guess what the secret is? Dark Templar! Oh, Ace has DT on the ground, clearing this out. I don't think David Kim recognizes what is going on until it's too late, and everybody dies. Ace is not in a healthy position, but the entire invading force of David Kim is wiped out there. Again, largely thanks to these DTs. 13 and 16 kills each. A stalemate battle, I call out. Yeah, nobody really won that one. Again, Ace ran out of steam. He would have been dead if not for those DTs for sure. So 166 supply out of David Kim. David Kim's trying to expand over this way and recognizing that, oh shoot, Atoy has actually come back a little bit here. Making battle cruisers now is Atoy. Are you kidding? Are you absolutely kidding me? All right, and I toss out the promise that I'm casting this, and I am. And I am. Atoy is still alive. You forget that he's still around. He wipes out a ton of mules that David Kim has just tossed down at this expansion. In the bottom right here, David Kim is not pleased. Not pleased by that whatsoever. 19,000 resources lost by me and Spaceman Spiff. Everybody else around 10 to 14,000. I guess Atoy's lost 15 at this point. Ravens, again, just trying to be annoying is what they're doing. Nobody has a lot of Vikings, really. We're trying to use Hunter Seekers and pulling out the Red Marine, and the other one just sputtering, unfortunately, as the Marine ran out of range. It's hard to Hunter Seeker them because they are fast. They can run very quickly here. Coming back for round 2 is David Kim. Still +1/+1 on these dudes. This time he is scanning to deal with Dark Templar that might be in his way. War Prism getting murdered. These Marines are on a warpath right now. Burning down cannons. Again, cannons are not affected by upgrades. They're not very good. The longer the game goes on, the worse. The worse they are in situations like this. Has David Kim noticed that these bases are taken, that he can't land here because Atoy's there? I don't know. Either way, Ace getting taken down very, very quickly now. Cannons. Boosh. Pylons. Boosh. Nexus gone as well. Medevac. 3 Medevacs are desperately trying to heal all of these dudes that are a little tiny bit overstimmed, I would say. What is this? A pylon right next to one of David Kim's expansions. He just has pylons in random places. As it turns out, I think Ace is dead. He's got 71 supply, so he is making an army somewhere. Where is this army? He's making carriers again. Again, I'm not sure. Great answer, but reinforcing Marines coming here, getting taken down by cannons and interceptors, which that helps. That helps Ace a little bit here, thinning out the numbers as they're trying to come up and reinforce the front. Not a bad move here. Marines continuing to go through everything that Ace has. Ace is basically down to his natural base and his main, both of which, actually, his natural is not that mined out. He expanded pretty late, as it turns out. Again, Kim just tossing down orbital commands. He has a ton of money. He's basically maxed out. How many barracks does he have? He has 15 barracks. He can make 15 Marines at once here. Trying to come to Marines, finding a carrier, DT Adept Force, but the scans, are the scans going to reveal this time, or DT is going to win the day again here? Looks like DT's going to win the day in this battle once more. No, he didn't learn his lesson. Oh, Ace lives again by the grace of the Dark Templar. Kim feels like fighting two wars on two different fronts here. So he's moving left across the map with his Marines to try to take out a toy who is just now kind of starting to ramp up, is the problem. I think he's got 12 battlecruisers, 4 Ravens, and 16 Marines. But here comes David Kim with +2/+2 now. That's good. Here come his battlecruisers. Oh, 16 of them. Wait, 16 of them or 12? 12 of them chasing David Kim back. He doesn't want anything to do with this. Losing SCVs is David Kim, but again, that is going to be for the full intention of freeing up supply to make more Marines, is I believe what he's going for here. Oh, a toy moving from left to right with his battlecruisers. +2/+1 on these dudes. They are scary. +3/+3 now being researched by David Kim. 26 minutes in. Again, seems a little bit late. Hunter Seekers trying to come in here from a toy to assist, but no, his Ravens die. But Hunter Seekers do manage to hit their nice concave, but tactical jump being used on the battlecruisers to send them back home where they are safe. Again, this is so many 2/2 Marines. These Marines that are from a toys are left behind. They cannot tactical jump. They can't tactical jump, and now they are all dead. Dead are the very same ones. All right, so Toy desperately trying to macro here. He is making Marines with his multiple barracks. Doesn't have any reactors. I feel like that would be useful. Battlecruisers pushing back from left to right here for a Toy. Marine count is not high enough, but look at this reinforcing group of SCVs as well. He really wants to get that thing down, that countdown, doesn't he? He's at 43, but he has a giant bank, so having a supply is better. David Kim's expansion. Another group of mules going to get massacred for the second time in this game. He just loses a ton of available income. Not that it matters. He's got 3,600 minerals and 3,400 gas in the bank right now. And here we go. David Kim moving in with the Marines. It's going to be a battle. Not many Marines here, though. They need to be kind of grouped up. They can't twiddle in here 2 and 3 at a time, as it turns out. A Toy coming back on in, taking out Medevac. That's exactly what he wants to do, is kill Medevacs and get rid of that healing factor that is also important here for these Marines. They are less effective. But here we go, David Kim pushing, and tactical jump used on some of these BCs, but 2 of them left behind do get murdered in their beds. SCV's coming up for David Kim. Hey, Protoss player, why don't you free up some more supply for me? And Ace is really only too glad to oblige here. A Toy setting up random Marines to try to harass David Kim's expansion. Up here in the top left-ish side of the map, just a little bit to the up and left of the center Zelnaga watchtower. Marines also from a Toy, trying to just get rid of as many expansions as possible from David Kim. He's got a Reaper group here as well, just massacring mules. David Kim has lost a lot of mules in this game. Landed Vikings trying to defend it from David Kim at the same time. It's just, I don't know. Ace at 67 supply, a Toy at 186 supply. A lot of these are battle cruisers. I'm going to have to give a Toy a lot of credit here. He is in a free-for-all, right? He knows it's going to be cast. He's going for like Mass Raven, Mass Reaper, and Mass Battlecruiser with some Marines. Like, he's not skipping traditional units here, but he's not going a traditional composition, is what I would say. So Reapers walking on it, hitting themselves with KD8 charge. That's not a very good feeling. David Kim tossing out a wait. What are we waiting about here? Exactly, I don't know. This whole time, I forgot, he says. What did you forget? What did you forget, David Kim? Combat Shield! You forgot Combat Shield! He never pulled it up. 28, almost 29 minutes in, and he never did it. It never got Combat Shield. That's hilarious. He's starting it now, which is fine. +3 ship weapons on the way for a Toy. That's awesome. That is awesome news for sure. Sky Toss here for Ace, just kind of hanging out. This is going to be a big battle. A ton of Marines. Again, Hunter Seeker trying to hit. It's just good splits and just good running away from David Kim. The response time is just a little bit too smart. Too smart here. A battle cruiser group is currently 9. Again, with +2 attack. And here it is. Marines just going for it. Eating the Hunter Seeker missiles. They are exploding, but there are enough remaining to take out the rest of the battle cruisers. And somehow it looks like David Kim does manage to win that thing with no medevacs. Taking down Ravens as well. David Kim down to 116 total supply and 11 SCVs and 75 minerals. Does he regret killing those workers is the question. He's going to take out a toy is what he's going to do here first of all. He's scanning to see what he's dealing with. And the answer is a toy has approximately 2 Liberators, 7 Reapers, 5 Vikings, 2 tanks, and 3 Ravens, and 3 Marines. Kim's going to try to beat this thing. He's moving right up this ramp with +3, gonna get rid of the tank. He gets the tank. The Vikings are really no match here. Liberator, a good choice, but moving out of the circles of death is David Kim, and actually losing a fight to a Viking there, a single Marine. And this Marine count is steadily dwindling, and a toy manages to win that, but fresh reinforcements coming in from David Kim. Does he have any? He doesn't have any medevacs. He's trying to win this thing without medevacs right now. Holy shamoly, what is going on? Well, I guess he's trying to kill barracks, trying to kill supply depots, trying to kill whatever he possibly can. Another huge swell of Marines coming in. 135 total supply. He wants to keep a toy down is what he's doing right about now. And I can't say I blame him for that. That seems like a pretty solid life choice. Boom, boom. Tactical jump. A toy has battle cruisers trying to join the party here, but there are so many Marines on the ground. +3 Marines, again, are just the ultimate anti-air against anything that any air units can make. If they can hit you, you will die. For sure. This is just so many Marines out of David Kim. I wish you could see how many lost in this game, but it's so much. For ire, says a toy. Is he usually a Protoss player? I don't know. Trying to come in here with his SCVs to fight, but they are getting melted before they could even touch these Marines. A bunch of tanks coming in from David Kim as well, setting up shop right outside of Toy's newly acquired main base, and that's it. He taps out, comes in for the surrender. Well done, Atoy. I respect you so much for going battle cruisers and Reapers and Ravens in this game. All right, so we're down. We're down to Ace and Kim. Ace at 81 total supply. He is spending his money as best he can, but he only has 3 carriers, 6 Dark Templar, a Void Ray, and 3 Zealots. 3 Zealots. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough to hold off the innumerable horde that is David Kim? 66 +3 Marines, 11 tanks, 7 medevacs, and 13 workers with 10 mules. He's just planning on getting income through muling, is what he's doing. And you know what? That's not a bad choice. For a while there, do you remember when mules could only be called down from orbital commands to patches that are near them? You couldn't toss like this. You couldn't send 8 mules to a single mineral patch and mine it out in 35 seconds. They reverted that one. They reverted that change for sure. Mothership core done. Or Mothership is done for Ace. That's wonderful. But you can see the blue tentacles moving up. Moving up slowly in this direction. He's just got bases everywhere. He's trying to expand further in different locations. Trying to push his empire's limits out beyond the known universe and into the unknown universe. All right, tanks leading the way. I'm not sure you want to have the tanks come in first here, David Kim, because what you're dealing with is a Skytoss army. And medevacs as well, just not great. You need these Marines to be involved in this battle to have a good chance at winning it. But he is waiting. He's setting up just outside. He's scanning a ton to see exactly what he's dealing with. And what he's seeing isn't too concerning, honestly. The DTs, he recognizes the DTs that are on the ground. Is that going to be the downfall of David Kim again? Tossing down some Manor Mules for reasons I don't understand. The DTs trying to come in, but they are scanned and they are taken out almost instantaneously. The other ones do manage to retreat there. Tanks setting up a contain. Just making sure that Ace cannot come through here. He's going to try to do it anyway. He's moving in with his DTs. The scans make sure the DTs do absolutely nothing. Carriers trying to do it. Interceptors getting melted out of the sky by these Marines. And it is just not looking good at all. The mothership explodes, falls to the ground. Carriers getting chased down. And then David Kim pulling back just a little bit. Just a little bit. He's waiting for the tanks to come in. He wants to be sure. He wants to be steady and sure here. This cannon has 19 kills just because he's been killing Marines that have walked past on the low ground here for pretty much this entire game. Carrier gone. Is that it? Was that the final carrier? For Ace, it very well might have been. He is making another one, though. He does have another one in production, as we can see, but David Kim is 172 supply, +3/+3 Marines. Tanks with +1/+1 themselves. Tanks setting up, getting rid of these gateways. The Marines saying, what can we kill? We don't want to kill these buildings. We'll let the tanks deal with that one for sure. Getting all healed up. Medevac count is back up to a whole ton. 19 medevac's exactly what you want here as the Terran player. He's got bases everywhere. He's taking my main base. He's taking Spaceman's just natural base. He's just expanding everywhere while attacking everywhere as well during this game. One of the many expansions of Ace gone in the blink of an eye to the power of these Marines. The siege tanks have run out of targets. That's a good game from Ace, and he taps out David Kim. David Kim is our victor in the first ever FalconPaladin free-for-all 2017. That was a fun one. That was a fun free-for-all. You guys have been wanting a free-for-all, and I've said, play one. Play one and I'll cast it. No one has. No one has, so I said, fine, I will do it. I will play with you guys, and I will cast it. And it turned out to be a pretty good one, I would say. Pretty good battler. David Kim, just too much. Too much Marine. Too much macro ability. Too much micro ability there, too. Again, not perfect play. The DTs causing more problems than they should have. But still, Terran gets the win in a Terran, Protoss, and Zerg free-for-all here on Atlas Station. Again, if you want to play with me, follow me on Facebook and Twitter to see those times when I will be playing next. All right, that's going to be it from FalconPaladin. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.